In my last video for the Slobs, I created the Slob of the Year 2020. This was a bike seat mounted on two pieces of timber. For the Slob of the Year 2020, I liked how this one worked. The customer liked it. Now the challenge is Slob of the Year 2021. It's a bike pump. We have to mount this on a block of timber and on a base. So that's roughly what it'll look like. And now we have to try and work out how we're going to use that valve there to interface with the bike pump. So we've got a sketch of that. We're going to clamp it between two pieces of timber and carve that two pieces into a shape. So that's basically the design, the overview of what it'll be. We've got our tools out. We've taken some precise measurements of what we need to do. All we need to do is cut once. Well, measure twice and cut once. There's a spoiler. That's what it's going to look like. That's what we hope. We've got measurements of it, so we're going to move into the software and translate these measurements and drawings into the software. So here they are in the software. We've got our disc, we've got where we're going to mount the pump, and we've got some holes drilled through so we can secure it from underneath. We've got some tool paths drawn. All we need to do is simulate those tool paths now. So that's the simulation of it. You can see we've got the insets. We've got some tabs there. Let's just get rid of those tabs so we can see the whole thing. Now we'll turn it over and we're just going to make sure we can see all the way through, that those drill holes go all the way through the timber. There you go. You can see that. So that's what the base will look like. Soon we'll move on and we'll just have a good look at the pump mount where the valve is going to sit. So you see here we've got some dowel holes. They'll key the two pieces together. We'll give you a simulation of how it's going to look. There's some fluting tool paths where the valve's going to be, and that's there. So when you look closely at these, they go up on an angle and they create a curve. So normally end mills give you a flat end, but going up on an angle you can make it curve. I was really pleased how that worked out. It's my first time trying to do that sort of thing. Alright, let's move on and have a look at the CNC work for this. Here we are in the CNC. The dowel holes only go about halfway down, and we'll put two pieces of dowel in there and that'll key the two sides together. This is a pocket for the bottom of the valve, and there's the fluting paths. See how it sort of goes upwards on a ramp? So that should give me that tapered look. We cut this out. There's a couple of tabs holding this together, and after I get it out, I've got to make a second half of this, and the two halves will be joined together with a valve in the middle. Normally I would have the dust shoe on and the vacuum, but I just wanted to show you how fast this machine is. It's actually sped up 5 times, so it's finished. Now we've got the two pieces there, and that's where the valve's going to sit. We should do the base. Here's the base, and what I'm doing is a facing cut. I'm just doing a very, very light cut over the surface, taking about 0.2 of a millimeter off, just to make it nice and clean and flat. So looking here, you can see it's not doing much, and all the dust is being sucked up by the vacuum. There's a little bit of swarf that's just come off, and that's just to make it a bit easier on me on sanding it. We're going to drill the holes now. These are the ones that are going to secure the pump mount, and there's 2 of them. Then we've got to go and do the disc inset, and then the pump mount inset, and finally we do the profile pass, which cuts it all out. So tool change into a 6mm end mill here. Next thing we do is put dust shoes on here. I don't really want to breathe in all this dust, so here it goes, cutting out. It's a fantastic machine, very precise. I'm getting very used to it now. I'm learning all the time. Next time I would change this and cut it clockwise instead of anti-clockwise. It'll give me a better finish in the end. just small things like that. You learn as you make it, you know. But it's one of my favourite machines now. I've got a lot of machines. They're all my favourites. Now we're going to do the pump mount inlay, and this is just to help me line it up so that it's square on the trophy. It also is just a little bit of a finishing touch, you know. I could watch this all day. It gets rather noisy. You've got to put ear protection on. This is the profile cut, and I'm going right to the edges here, right to the edges. These are leftover pieces of wood, so I'm just trying to maximize the area that I've got. So it's finished cutting it out. Give it a bit of vacuum, get things out of the way. I've got to do a test fit, make sure everything fits before I pull it out of the machine. I can still program it and change things if I need to. So there's the pump mount going, and there's the Slob of the Year center going in there. All looks pretty good. There it is, all finished up. Slob of the Year 2021. He's very pleased with it. He's always amazed at the way I come up with the ideas to mount these, so I might show him this video. I've got a rotary table now. I've upgraded from my last video where I didn't have a rotary table. This is the Slob of the Year 2021. I've got lots of ideas for other things I can make now. Lots of plans to make new sorts of trophies. I'll be coming up with my own wooden range of trophies, and I hope to show you them in the future. So if you like this, please let me know, subscribe, and hopefully you can see the things that I'm going to make in the future. Talk to you soon.